we're back with Christiane Kerner and Melina Sellers-Phillips talking to them about New Village Arts. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh my goodness, exciting times. You have so many wonderful things going on down there. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what do you do, and why do you do it?
Great. New Village Arts, we're a professional theater and arts company. We're about to start our 20th anniversary season this coming summer. So we've been around for a while. We're located right in the heart of Carlsbad Village, right across the street from the Coaster train station. So we do 6 full professional theater productions every year. And in addition to that, we have a very active education and outreach program. We do music events. We have a visual artist foundry studio space on site. So when you come to see a show at New Village Arts, you're really surrounded by all of the arts. And we really believe very strongly that theater should be accessible to everyone. So we make sure we're doing low-cost previews. We do all kinds of work in the schools. We do work with young adults with special needs and seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia, all in the effort that arts really should be accessible to everyone because it can make such a huge change in people's lives.
And what people, I think, don't also know how healing the arts are. Not just watching it, but especially in terms of participating. So I'm sure part of that about going into having schools and older people with maybe dementia and stuff, it must be healing from the inside out, not just watching it.
Right, and do you know though that even watching it, what's so fantastic about when you go and see a professional theater production, there are studies that show that you start to breathe with the people in the room with you, that your heart starts to synchronize in beating. So even just going to a show and having that experience in front of, with a group of strangers enlivens your life in a beautiful way.
That is awesome. And speaking about shows, Melina, you were just in, was that the last show, Intimate Apparel?
Intimate Apparel.
Yes, and so tell us a little bit about being at that theater. And I know part of their mission is inclusive, diversity and all of that. Can you speak to a little bit about that?
It's a wonderful play written by Lynn Nottage. And just being an actress, you're able to take on, to tell a story that you may not be able to tell in your real life because it may not be your actual story, but you introduce people to characters that they may know nothing about, and it really is beautiful. That particular character took place in 1905, so I learned, and so many people learn when they come to the theater. You learn things that happened in time, in a timepiece, and so it's absolutely fabulous. I love being an actress. I've been an actress for over 30 years. I've done from Shakespeare to kids performances, and it's wonderful, and it marks the people get really engaged with what's going on. And that's what's beautiful about theater.
That's awesome. So the current play running is?
It is a world premiere musical adaptation of the story Around the World in 80 Days. So this is based off the Jules Verne book, but it was adapted by a woman named Laura Eason, who writes for television and theater. And then within the script, it said there's music and dance throughout, and left it open. So I got to hire one of my favorite bands from Leucadia called the Shanty Anns. They're pirate rock and roll. Pirate rock and roll. And they wrote 14 original songs for this piece. So it's taking this kind of traditional story that's often been told in one way and telling it through a completely different lens. And you've got 14 pirate rock and roll songs in the show. It's a ton of fun, and there's dancing and singing and circus acts and a little bit of everything in the show.
Well, that's a happy holidays for you to go out and see the show.
And it's good for all ages. It runs through December 22nd.
Okay, okay. And so the remainder of your season, what else do we have to expect?
All right, and then after that, in the new year, we start the new year with this great piece called Murder for Two, which is a murder mystery where 2 people play all the roles and the piano and sing throughout the show. It's madcap and wonderful. And then the next show will feature Melina. It's called The Roommate, and it's about two women kind of finding their lives again as they're our ages.
As they get a little older, now they're finding themselves, because you think this is the way you are, but as you get older and you meet people that's not like you, you sort of change, and it's really interesting and it's fun. It's good. It's good. I love my character, so my character has fun.
Yeah, she does. And it's a San Diego premiere by a female playwright, which we love. And then we're actually closing our season with the musical Into the Woods, which was the first musical we ever did 10 years ago. And so now coming into our 20th anniversary season, we're celebrating that history and telling Into the Woods in a new and imaginative way.
Well, Christiane, Melina, thank you so much for joining us on Spectrum. We're going to have all of that stuff rolling so people know where to find you, where to go, and be sure to check out Around the World in 80 Days this holiday season right here in Carlsbad. And we will be back with more Oceanside Spectrum.